DL4 AUK.
DL4
AUK. And his name was Werner.
One?
Werner.
Werner.
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Deutschland?
Schmaltenden.
I shouldn't have asked. See, that was brilliant. Thank you very much, James.
Yeah.
Magic.
Right, the name was SCHM ALK ALDEN.
LDEN.
ALDEN, yeah. SCHM
What was his full call? DL?
DL4 AUK.
Yeah. 3 watts CW. 3.575. Yeah, very good. Another one.
Hello there, and welcome to this introduction of the video that's being produced this weekend here at Bletchley Park by one of our members, Ron Swinburne, Mike Zero Whiskey Sierra November, otherwise known as Wireless Set 19. My name is Stuart McKinnon. I'm currently chairman of the Vintage and Military Amateur Radio Society. We are a group of enthusiasts who collect, operate and restore vintage, commercial, maritime and military equipment. We are lucky to be here in the surrounds here of Bletchley Park Mansion and the estate, the home of the National Code Breakers, for the 12th year of our existence now. We're almost into our 12th year, and you will see lots of different pieces of equipment on display and being demonstrated during the course of this DVD. And we hope to, of course, later put this DVD onto YouTube. Some of the sets you will see are typical, such as the fantastic Marconi T1154 R1155 receiver. Going more up to date, Larkspur C11R210 from the sort of late 60s on through to the very early 80s, and then of course we have some Klansman equipment on scene, not only non-portable equipment such as 350s, 351s and the classic RT320, but we also have a very rare beast, the RT320/2, which was an option that was not indeed adopted by the British MOD. So I'll leave you at this juncture, have a look around and see what else we do from VMARS.
So this is one you built yourself then, Ken? What is it, a Mark?
It's a Mark 7 Wadden Paraset.
Yeah.
I got inspiration from reading Simon Dabbs's article in Signal number 1. And it looked an interesting project. It's not exactly as per as it ought to be, in so much that the key should be integral and should lie inside there, but we've just hung one on the top for the sake of getting the thing operating. We've managed to source all the original 1940s bits, and even the suitcase was a one belonging to a flight engineer in 1944, a 514 squadron flight engineer. So everything is more or less period, and it works very well. And when we use it regularly at Elvington at the Air Museum, and it's a very popular piece of kit with the visitors to the museum, because they can relate it to films, the French Resistance, and all the drama and intrigue that goes with that. Now, this one's modelled off one that's in the museum in Oslo and was used by the French Resistance.
And we can possibly hear it going later on.
We will, hopefully, yes.
Is it fire up?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Ken. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Let's hope the weekend goes well.
Big smile.
Thank you very much.
Kit bag.
Is this all for the archive then, Colin, is it?
Well,
Yeah.
that's my kit bag, that is, but I'm putting up a little archive display. That's just a bit for the computer. That's everything for the archive, I think.
Right.
He's here again, the man with the camera. Yes, no, very much. Now, I'm not sure how far we
You never into bed already?
Always prepare your pit.
Is that?
put it over the hill, Tony, and you pass it to Very impressive run. I don't understand a lot about it, but I'm most impressed with the aerial setup. That's much better than throwing stones over the trees to pull the wires up. That's a nice piece of engineering.
How are you finding the net this morning then, Ken?
Yeah, we've been on since about 7:15, and now Colin's taken over at 8 o'clock using the Stewart's equipment. I think it's a 322, a bit more power than the 1154 that we've been using. But I think we've worked something like 10 stations up to now. All conditions quite good at the moment.
Robert, thank you,
thank
Ken.
you very much.
Thank you, Ken.
Morning. Alright.
Do you know Andy?
No.
Andy Jackson, GAC.
What are you doing there?
Ken Sanderson,
I think I've read some of the
G4KC.
articles in the Signal magazine.
And Paul, his son, Ken Sanderson.
Wow,
Terry is Oppo from East Yorkshire. They talk funny up there, like East Yorkshire. So you have to get used to them.
I brought that as well.
Very nice, yeah, the RT2000.
Very nice.
Excellent. Do you not have an original carry frame for one of those?
Is that a fiberglass one as well?
I know a man that's got about 3 or 4 in his loft. The trouble is he's one of these that thinks, it's so rare, it's got to be worth 10 times what you and I would pay for them. And I think the last time I bought one off him, and he was in Crawley, last time I bought one off him, which was about 3 years ago, he still charged me 50 quid. He claimed it to be brand spanking new.
Because a Klansman pressure switch assembly won't work on the mast itself.
That box there you got, there's a normal handset going into that. And then you use that to change the sound of the volume.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other handset.
Yeah,
I know what you mean, yeah. But I think I've got one of them in the old ones somewhere.
I've got a spare one of these.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Right. If I hadn't one and you were willing to part with your spare one, I might be interested.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to pull on it off you, but
I'll stand up trader.
in fact, looking at it, I don't think it is. The one
I
I've
haven't
got
tightened them up
is
yet.
an X-rated one, but it looks very similar to that. But I've just looked at the clip on the back of it, and it's the old trading post of Crawley.
Ready when you are.
Right. Hi there, name's Len, G4KRX my call sign. I'm a member of the VMARS, that's the Vintage Military and Amateur Radio Society, and what I have in front of me here is a very rare transmitter receiver that was fitted to landing craft during World War II. they're that rare. Well, we only at the moment only know of one more in existence, which is in the Channel Islands. I think the reason they are so rare is that obviously the landing craft were left on the beaches after the invasion, and most of them rotted away. So, thanks very much.
I can. So what I'll do, I'll leave the carrier up for 30 seconds or so to allow for people to have a tune-up, because everybody's itching to tune up on frequency as always.
Let me just say though,
Yep.
that you will need to drop that back to 0 for you to put out a signal of 1.5.
Yeah.
Then once you've done your
Yeah.
tuning signal, go back up to your 9.
Okay, I'm just being pointed out that I'm actually at 100 hertz higher frequency, 100 hertz lower frequency at the moment. So anybody netting up, just take that into consideration. Although I don't think it matters. We're actually operating. We are just low, slightly low by 100 hertz at the moment. So what I'm going to do now is just leave the carrier on for 30 seconds with no audio on it for tuning up purposes, and then I'll come back and we'll take calls. So just switching over to carrier only now.
Put some bubble wrap down for you. Bubble wrap.
But we've got army
camp beds.
You won't blow up while I'm doing this.
He thought he'd be shocked when they were walking out on the cracker.
It is M0 Victor Mike Whiskey, M0 VMW, Vintage Military Wireless, the net control station of the Vintage and Military Amateur Radio Society. Just going through the preamble again, for the benefit of anybody just listening to us. The Vintage and Military Amateur Radio Society is here to assist and help anybody restoring any kind of vintage radio equipment, amateur or military or anything else. And we do, as I say, have a web presence at www.vmars.org.uk. We also have a very copious supply of documentation and manuals for the radio and other vintage equipment. So that's the setup here. We're operating from Bletchley Park, home of the Codebreakers in Buckinghamshire, England. And we are operating today with a PRC 320/2, running 100 watts into a dipole at around 30 feet, strung between two trees. With that then, as I say, I've already got on the list Gary GW2ABJ, G1EDP, M0YMK, G4GEN and PA3 Hotel Charlie Oscar. Any other stations wishing to call in the net, please call now and I'll try and pick your call sign down to the noise. Over. Okay, I have G7HWK. Anybody else, over? Yeah, I have GW1SVC, morning to you, Jeff, and somebody else with a carrier but no modulation. The other station who called in, just have a look again and see if you've got modulation on it, because I heard a carrier but with no mod on it. M0 BMW listening. Yeah, there's a station there, G0. I heard G0 but didn't get the rest of the call sign. The mod level was very low, so just give it another go, over. Oh, hello Ian, yeah, G0OZS. That's better. Okay, you're on net, G0OZS. Anybody else, over? Okay, nothing else heard here. So on net then I have GW2ABJ, G1EDP, M0YMK, G4GEN, PA3HCO, G7HWK, GW1SVC and G0OZS. So if we go to the top of the list, we'll take things in order, keep it fairly short because I've got an idea conditions are changing. But Gary, on the last day you were 578 with us with QSB, GW2ABJ in the group, M0 VMW, over.
You'll have to make this a final call it. Alarm bells going in the house, but well, I've got to take them out. So, then yes, good morning to G7HWK, coming through quite nicely, about a 5 minutes. W1XCC, you 59.1, right signal, good audio. ZS, so I'm sorry. I can hear you in the noise, but I can't quite decode you, so conditions between us is not too good. Okay, folks, I'm going to have to make a dash and hope everybody up at Bletchley has a very, very nice day and you all enjoy yourself, and I'm sure you will. And hope all is as successful as last year. So I can't stand alone. The self-service in charge is perfect. So back to you, Colin, and Peter, NW.
Yes, okay there, Gary. Well, okay, we'll sign you out then. So, M3, and many thanks indeed for the call in. Just for the information of everybody listening, plus the contingent here at Bletchley Park. We're here today, or here for the weekend. They've got an Armed Forces weekend event going on around the place. And of course, we've got the VMARS annual general meeting will be tomorrow. So, hopefully going to meet a few more members tomorrow. Maybe I'll meet a few people I'll speak on air to and I've not met yet. So those of you who do make it, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at Bletchley. So 7-3 then, Gary, as I say, I'll sign you out. And over to Mike, G1EDP in the group.
Hi, my name's Paul, 2E0JXM. This is my Austin Champ, and in the back of here we've got two radio sets. This one's the C42, which is a VHF set. This one is the C13, which is your HF set. Both fully working, both been on the air this weekend at Bletchley Park. And sit in the back of the vehicle here, runs off 24 volt batteries. We're in the back of the vehicle. Run out of things to say, Rob. Don't know what else you want me to say.
Telex tape from Northern Ireland, and I don't know what's on it, but I took it home as a souvenir. So we're going to just have a read of it now. Never been seen since.
Yeah. But I couldn't have the patience but it's nice being it.
Business.
What are we checking for, Ken?
I was just checking the whether the DF system would work okay on this area, which it will.
Oh, right.
On the 1155, go to balance. With the balance control, set the pointer so the cross on the white line. Then go to visual, and then as we rotate the aerial, the pointer will swing left or right depending on which way it's pointing off the station.
Could you just swing the aerial for me, Ken? Please?
Yeah.
Just simulate it.
There's an arrow actually on there which you can't see on at the top, which tells you which side of the aerial the signal's coming from.
Oh, right.
It's all pre-arranged and pre-connected correctly. And as you're flying, if you were say flying over the North Sea heading back to say Scampton and homing on the Scampton beacon, you fly the aircraft so the pointers remain steady on the centre line. When you actually deviate left or right, the pointers will swing left or right accordingly and correct it. Once you pass over the station, the moment you cross over the top, the pointers collapse to zero. Then they come back up, but you can tell that it's wrong, because then as you move your aircraft left and right, the pointers will swing in the wrong direction, so that you know you've passed the beacon and you're now at the wrong side of it and flying away from it. So it's quite a foolproof system.
Working well and tuned up okay. Anyway, G4 DVI, and back to you from 2E0JXM. How does this sound, over?
Yeah, that's absolutely excellent, Paul. This is Paul, now I think I was right down there, yeah. There you are, anyway. But yeah, that sounds absolutely fine. It sounds better than the 321 actually, audio-wise. But they all did anyway, but it sounds absolutely fine, over.
Roger, from 2E0JXM. Yeah, okay, good. It means I've remembered what I was taught for tuning it up, which is encouraging. I'm only on an 8-foot width here actually. I could put it to the mast that I've erected, but somebody's in the tent over there. It seems a little bit unspare, so I've got that connected up to one of those small Japanese black box things, and I'll use that for different frequency and try and avoid distracting everybody. Anyway, going to GHJC in the group from 20JX.
GHJC portable, running just at 4 watts on the 321 at the moment, although in the background you can probably hear the sound of the fans from the 322. That's the big problem with the 322. It has these fans running continuously, and that does sort of mean that operating from within the vehicle itself is a bit of a problem. But of course you have to remember that the Champ was never designed to have this sort of thing running in it anyway. I see Ron's doing some videoing here, so I'll give him a quick walk around the equipment and we can use that to record. Right, so round to you, Tom. G4DVI portable, G8JAC portable.
Yeah, the leg's sticking out. got a corpse in the back.
No, he was back from a night on the beer, that was.
Pardon?
He was back from the night on the beer.
My second operator here, 20JXN, has just kindly bought the first beer of the day. It being about a minute and a half away from beer o'clock as far as we're concerned. Okay, Paul, mind the aerial. I'll leave you to the joys of Milton Keynes then, and okay, I've completely forgotten your name. It's gone out of my head. We've got the public starting to wander in now, and we're going into display mode, I think, with a bit of luck. Mind the aerial, high voltage. Okay, so M0YMK, and anybody else who's hanging around on 3615, we'll leave a gap for you. This is Golf 8 Juliet Alpha Charlie Portable at Bletchley Park for Armed Forces Weekend. Returning, yes, he's here, and the 5455 is set up in a marquee about 30 yards away. In fact, probably a little less than that. They've had it on the air this morning, and the VMARS net was conducted with a Bletchley 320/2. This is going to be a problem because so close we are together. It's mind the aerial. There's so many of us close together here, we can effectively only transmit at any one at a time, obviously. But we've even had some old 1950s stuff on a low band VHF net this morning. Go straight up ahead of you, up to where the main mansion is. We're right in front of the main Bletchley Park mansion. M0YMK, if you're still with us, from GHJC Portable, Bletchley Park. Yeah, I'm still here, Andy, but I won't hang around because I'm still navigating around, but everyone's pretty good signals at the moment from M0YMK Mobile. GHJC, okay. Well, I've got to be a little bit conservative with the battery power. I've got 130 ampere hours available, but on 4chat this thing is taking somewhere around about 40 amps. So I can recharge it, but they're not going to last forever. So I'll revert down to low power. I'll pass it back to Gerald, and I'll pop back up on just 40 watts without the benefit of the amplifier. G3 LEO from
want it glow in the dark.
Just suffering from severe QRM here.
Well, he's not working in Farnborough as we were told.
Farnborough radar, Golf Bravo, Juliet, Alpha Golf.
That's it, I'm off, goodbye.
Okay, I'm Colin Guy, G4DJI, and at the moment I manage the archive for the Vintage Military Amateur Radio Society. The archive project started in 2001 when the society was donated effectively 4 filing cabinets full of manuals, mostly for radio equipment, from the late Inman, G4WWX, who ran a small business, Vintage Technical Services. The intention in his will was that the information that he gave us would be made available to the world, and for the benefit of vintage radio and the society in general. From that, the archive was developed by filing the manuals, sorting them out, finding out what we've got, creating a database of them, and we're in the process of scanning them and storing them digitally. Big project, over 4,000 manuals in the original collection, and we've added to it since over the years. We now have an online database of manuals, and most of them are downloadable via the internet, so they're free to everybody. And we've got a number of more modern manuals which are actually in copyright, and we're in the process of getting permission to make those available to members of the society as well, including a lot of Ministry of Defence manuals. All members can contact us and request download keys, and if we have manuals that are not immediately available, we make every effort to make them available as quick as we can. We have a team of 5 people working on it at the moment, 5 members. They're all volunteers, they work at their own pace, nobody's under any pressure, but we do try our best to provide information. If we haven't got it, we try and find it. Okay then, this is a typical example of an original document. You can see it's fairly tatty, 1944 vintage document, paper's fairly fragile and it's falling apart. By going through the scanning and digital cleaning process, we can create a new copy of the original document, which you can see is printed out and very usable. The fold outs in the document in the original, there are drawings in the back there, if I can fold those out, falling apart, well used you see, and then we can recreate those, we can scan them and recreate them digitally to produce very usable documents when I find the right one. And these can be enlarged, of course, if that's printed out on an A3 size sheet, but for somebody with an A2 size page, they can be printed out even larger useful for working on equipment. They can be pinned up on the wall or laminated, made into working drawings.
Hello, Ronnie. How are you? Yeah, good to see you. How's things? How's your trip?
Very good. Good. Hong Kong, we've lived up to expectations.
Absolutely, yeah. Plenty of rain now.
It rained like again. We actually went to Stanley when
Did you really? Yeah. Oh, well, now you've upset me. You see, my old stomping ground, Stanley Fort.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
And of course, the Chinese National Guard are now guarding the camp because it belongs to them now. So, excellent stuff. So, yeah, well, we've got a beautiful day here at Bletchley. Yeah. Again, we had a wonderful one yesterday. Lots of interest to the society and the other reenactors and groups. So I think, you know, it goes from strength to strength.
I think it's an excellent...
Oh, there's young Ronald, look, videoing. That's Ron the Vid for anyone's information. Available for parties, bar mitzvahs and whatever else he does. So yeah.
All that aside, I think it's super tough.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Everyone's done very well. Yeah. And MCARS again have got to be congratulated, as indeed the park staff. Yeah. Because everyone has done their job and it's all come together and, you know, it's tried and tested now, isn't it? Tried and tested, so. Yeah, I mean, Gerald couldn't come because Colin rang me the night before.
Okay. Yeah, you see what I'm doing is I'm finding the dark spot there, which is the unsilvered part of the mirror, and lining that up on the flag.
Oh, on the forward sight there.
Yeah. Then you adjust the mirror so that it's off. Tighten the clamping screw at the back, and then when you press,
that is the off position.
That spot is centred on your target.
Yeah. Brilliant. And you operate. How you operate?
By pressing on the.
It's like a mortar key idea.
Yeah, it is. Of course, I can't send Morse, which is... I'm only a G8, I'm one of these wretched G8s. I never learnt Morse code, and now I've got all this kit that requires the use of Morse code, so I'm going to have to learn it. But, yeah, there you go, that's the daylight end of signalling.
Pre-radio, wonderful. Good. With Bletchley Park in the background.
Yeah, okay. I think this one is actually naval because it's got HO on all the parts, which I think is Harbour Master's office. And there's an accessory which is a diverging lens, a dispersing attachment that fits it as well, to spread the beam for when you're talking to a ship that could be bobbing up and down, because the heliograph is a very narrow beam output. And it all works. You'll have to try it out sometime.
What sort of era is this?
I think it was a era. Well, they started off in the 1890s. This is Second World War one. It's 1930 something onwards.
I think it's very efficient. Very efficient.
Provided you've got sunlight. It doesn't work a damn in Britain most of the time. But they were still using them in India up until the 1960s, and apparently the Taliban are still using them.
Oh, well, yeah, I can quite believe that.
If you've got no cloud and lots of sun, it works fine.
And I'm going to go off in about a couple of minutes or so on 3577 CW, so you might care to try that. G4 KCF portable, G4 GN.
Yeah, G4G and G4 KCF portable operating from Bletchley Park. Yeah, fine, Alan. Yeah, we'll have a listen up there, but I think we'll have to either use 3575. I'm not sure whether they have a 7 Crystal 3577. I'll check on that, but we'll have a listen, and you know, if all comes to all, we can go on the 1154 and go on to the VFO if you don't mind a bit of chirp there, HI. But thanks for giving us a report, Alan, and I suspect that something else will be organised up here in the future regarding a VMARS assembly, Alan. G4GN, this is G4 KCF portable operating from Bletchley Park.
It sounds like a good idea. It's obviously been a great success. I only wish I was up there, but I've been having to work to get this BC 610 going for Bletchley. I've finished up. Yesterday I had a rather nasty job. I washed the floor of the shelter, cleaned it all out, and then when it was dry I polished it and cleaned every little bit of dirt, dust out that's been there since the war, I should think. And anyway, it's rather good. When I'm sitting in that shelter, I think what it must have been like for the guys in the Ardennes offensive, scared when the Germans are coming, you know, it must have been terrifying. But anyway, there we are, they made it, and as I said, it got left behind in Luxembourg and handed to the Luxembourg army. And that's supposed to be the story of it. The Luxembourg Museum, Army Museum told us that. So it's all rather fun.
Yeah. Our first box is wearing
the number 19 set.
Oh,
or is it going to an HRO?
It's on.
There are a lot of fibres required to do negatives on this one.
This is the hard way.
Okay, Stuart, you're right. This is the A41 number 2, circa 1960 through to the very early 80s, and it was taken over by the Clansman range of equipment. Frequency range 36 to 60 megahertz. I tabbed around the streets of Northern Ireland and Belize with one of these on my back, amongst other exotic places. Thank you.
Clansman 320, and about 7 watts AM, 30 watts upper sideband, in service from around 1979 to 2009, and apparently 1 or 2 still in there. Nice little bit of kit.
Right, so we can see the radio.
Twirl.
A twirl, yes.
PRC 638, manufactured by IREX, Italian company. This one's marked up in Arabic writing. It was captured from First Gulf War. Frequency range 32, I don't know, about 70 megs. Nice little set.
Wonderful. And the next one, please, right in here.
Okay, this is the PRC 320 in the TPM pack. It's a different package. 1970s, early 70s, no, late 70s, 1970s till almost present day. Some still in service.
Lovely. Thank you. And the next one.
This is the ANPR9 helmet receiver and the ANPTR4 handheld FM transmitter. Both equipment are FM, covering 47 to 52 megahertz signal channel, and they date from approximately the mid-60s.
While the set number 18 Mark III, which was the Second World War infantry radio from company level, circa 1940, between company and battalion, about half of what outputs, between 6 and 9 megahertz.
Hold it there, Chris. Hold it there.
Army A13 radio from the Larkspur range of equipment, 1960s, 70s, low power, high frequency, up to about 8 watts.
Next one. Pay attention, please.
This is another one of the Clansman series. It's a 351, which is the low power, about 5 watts, and it's on a lightweight paraframe, which means it fits me. You've heard all about the Clansman, so I don't need to say any more.
Yep, and we've got the Bletchley 352 Clansman radio. the high power version of the 351, dating back from the 70s, now being replaced by the current Bowman radio system, and this one puts about 30 watts of RFL on FM VHF.
I charged
This is the A41 number 3, produced around 1965, when it's fairly obvious that the A41 number 2, which is essentially a 1950s design using valve technology, is getting a bit out of date. They started to think about this is actually a transistorized version. It's very difficult to tell the difference from A41 number 2, apart from the size of the back. But as far as is known, it never actually went into use because it was basically using 1950s technology. And the PRC equipment, the transmitter, that came in later, was far superior.
Thank you.
We are UK's PRC stroke RT320 Clansman HF radio, output about 30 watts peak envelope power sideband and fully compatible altitude modulation and carrier of about 7 watts. Note the radio Bergen. These are used to prevent the wearer being shot at. They are not so obvious as a full carrying harness. Now the present phones are not quite correct as they are Warrior armoured fighting vehicle phones used with Klansmen in vehicles. Usual use of the RT320 HF pack set is for patrols beyond the range of the HF coverage where normally an RT351 would be employed. It's great fun. You can bow the whip like that all the way and do it again like that, and you can tap people on the head with it if they've been obstreperous. It has, every time we use these, I'm very conscious of the serious use. One of the failings of Klansmen is press-to-talks. You'll see this one, it's a black one, which is unusual. If you use the standard Klansman press-to-talk, you get a very sore thumb in short order, unless you keep it very short, which is advisable under active.
William?
Yes, this way.
I know you.
And here we are, folks. I'm going to come back in and describe this radio set on behalf of Paul. This is a Racal Panther H, frequency agile, frequency hopping, man-pack radio. This is capable of 50 watts output with an external antenna, but in the man-pack roll, 20 watts. It's also got a detachable head. You can have it over your shoulder to change frequency, volume, etc. and mode. It does cover upper, lower, AM, correction, not AM, CW wide, CW narrow, and as I say, the 3 hop settings plus adaptive frequency mode. And it was first born in about 1982. It's still current with people like the Bolivian Armed Forces, Jamaica Defence Force, and I gather the Dutch Marine Corps. Thanks for Paul for sporting it today, the Racal Panther H.
Thank you, Paul.
Hello from Bletchley Park. My name is Bronick Wetziker. I'm the Publications Manager for VMARS. What I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about our publications. We publish a journal every quarter that's called Signal, and Signal is our technical publication, which also includes a very wide range of contributions on history, on vehicles and other VMARS interests, which span not just communications but activities such as radar and field telephones. Signal is very much a flagship publication. It's something that is very much a credit to the authors that send in technical material, and it's now being widely acclaimed as one of the leading publications in the field. We also publish a news sheet. This is a monthly news sheet, the VMARS news sheets, and that carries items of news, as you might expect. It announces various activities. It reports on rallies and events that we've attended. So, for example, I can see here the Armed Forces Weekend that we're on at the moment, being advertised for Bletchley Park. A feature of this publication is the advertisement section, because our members, of course, are very interested in buying and selling vintage and military equipment, communications equipment, but also ancillary equipment. And there's an events diary which just draws attention to relevant events that our members might like to attend. Another one of my jobs over the past year has been as membership secretary. So I'm the person who processes membership renewals. I also receive applications from new members. And it's very nice to be able to correspond with our colleagues in this way, and I get to know who's who very, very well. So if you are interested in joining the society, there's a website which you can access very easily through Google. If you simply type VMARS into Google, you'll get our website straight away, and details of who to contact is there, but you can contact any member of the committee, and we'll be very pleased to tell you a little bit about what VMARS is about. I hope you found that interesting. I wish you a nice day here at Bletchley Park.
Oh, yeah.
That's lovely, thank you. Smile.
Hopefully this will go all around the world, I think. Or at least as far as Sheldon in Birmingham.
That's the one.
Okay. Ready for, hang on. Are you ready for me?
Yeah.
Right. Everybody had a good time this weekend from VMARS? Yes! There you go. Thank you very much.
Okay, camera's rolling.
Hello there and welcome. This is the introduction to the video that's been produced by one of our members, Ron Swinburne, Mike Zero. Cut. Start again.
Okay, take two. Opening intro by Stuart.
Hello there. This is the introduction to a DVD that's going to be produced by one of our members, Ron Swinburne, Mike Zero, Vintage and Military. I've got it wrong again, I'm sorry.
Okay, intro number 3, Stuart.
Hello there and welcome to this introduction of the video that's being produced this weekend here at Bletchley Park by one of our members, Ron Swinburne, Mike Zero, Whiskey Sierra November, otherwise known as Wireless Set 19. My name is Stuart McKinnon.
Suggests military communications. We use vintage radio equipment to communicate on the air, and a number of our members write this up in the form of articles. They write up their constructional.
March off the arena. Well done, the Army Cadet Force.
Shall we do that again?
Yeah, this has killed me compared with nearly 30 years ago. Or maybe a bit longer than 30 years.
And this is really our chairman. Yes.
I can't hear you very well. The squelch is... Oh, right, here you go. Golf 4 Delta India Portable. This is Golf 0 Tango Bravo India. How copy over?
The off frequency, because these being narrow bandwidth, you've got to have those tunes spot on. So just hold on a second.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Yeah? Is that better? Try that then. Golf 4 Delta India G0 TBI stroke mobile, I suppose. Yep.
Oh, he's gone!
Usual, if you use the standard Klansman press to talk, you get a very sore thumb in short order, unless you keep it very short, which is advisable under active.
William?
Yes, this way.
I know you.
There you go.